That's a Kia.
Meeting along the Brazos River in Waco with Adventures with Purpose and the family of 43-year-old Stephanie Torres, we gathered information on this cold case. Listening to her daughter, Bianca, was extremely humbling and heart-wrenching. She had been hesitant to reach out because she thought no one would care about her mother's story. Bianca told us that Stephanie suffered from advanced fibromyalgia, and despite the outpouring of love from her family, the physical and emotional burdens were believed to be too much for Stephanie, and she had begun to lose her will to live. Even with the hardships that she faced, her children remember her as a loving mother who always provided for them. Stephanie went missing on December 21st, 2017, just days before her birthday. While the local police had searched, they had no evidence at the time that led them to believe that she was in the water. This only allowed time to pass as the family attempted to find her with grief in their hearts. Once in the water, each team chose a side of the river to sonar.
If you guys want the information on the storyline, I want you to check out Adventures with Purpose. He has the whole story from Bianca, her daughter, Stephanie's daughter. So she's missing in a Kia, a gray and bluish gray Kia. We're thinking she may be in this river. Her house is about 4 miles away, and the location that she was last known to go to was the Brazos River.
Making multiple passes in different directions to ensure nothing was missed.
There is an anomaly in the water that it's a raise up, and I don't exactly know what it is. So I'm going to go back on that corner right there and get a kind of like a side, more of a side angle, a little further out, just to see if that's just a hump. You see that? Yeah. See how that mound right here? That's just a pile of rocks, and there's an object behind it. I think it's just a stump, so we're good on that.
The next boat ramp was becoming soon visible.
So in correlation where her house is, these next two bridges that are coming up before the dam, if she committed suicide doing this and she wanted to end her life, she'd go to the quickest spot to get there, and this corner is it. In my opinion, I feel that, I'm just going to say it, I feel like we're going to find her there. In my heart, I feel like that's where she's at. We have a boat ramp coming up. We're going to pay close attention to this boat ramp. Questionable, so we're going to scan this back and forth.
Almost in line with the ramp, two cars became visible on the monitor. One was a car, upside down, that Jacob believed in his heart was Stephanie's.
Lindsay, look at this. Either right here, or right here. That's a car. That's a car. I'm not for sure what this object is, but then there's one that's really silted out here. I got to see what this is. But this right here, I ran over top of it. That's in direct line of that, Lindsay. That could possibly be her car. In relations to why I'm saying that is it's super small. A Kia's small.
Yeah, depending on which kind of Kia she had.
And we're going to go around it and see what it looks like. That's it, right there. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Upon turning around and sliding the Megalive into the water, Jacob began to mark a vehicle.
Yeah, the car's pointing down. I'm going to call Jared on this one.
Small Kia?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's 13, I'm going to say 13 feet, maybe 14 feet in length.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this is possibly hers.
Okay. I agree with you. This is, like I said, the park, not far from her house, and easy access into it. So anyway, we're coming up to you. We're almost there.
Okay, buddy.
By this time, AWP had arrived at the location. Notating the marked vehicle, Jared marked the second vehicle Jacob had found, and then an additional vehicle farther into the river. Once all three were marked, Jacob and Doug dressed in their gear and checked the first car.
All right.
You ready? Yep.
After a few moments of them being below the water surface, Jacob returned with a plate in hand, with Doug following shortly behind.
You got BTX 797 Texas license plates.
The plates were a match to a stolen pickup truck from Austin, Texas. With 2 vehicles left, Doug chose the farther vehicle, which was an unidentifiable SUV. Jacob swam to the one that was closer to shore and quickly returned with a plate, but it was illegible due to Texas plates being printed and not physically stamped.
The front end of the plate. There wasn't a license plate on that one. Let me go back down. I thought that was a license plate. It wasn't. Can't see nothing down there. I'm gonna grab the line again. I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna check the other side of it.
Again, he dove to secure identification of the vehicle.
It's a Kia. It is a Kia. This is slow, guys. This is slow. This is it, guys. Yeah, there you go, Stephanie. Here's gonna hurry you home.
Whether that's a license plate or a decal, emblem, and then from there we'll do an assessment on which windows are up, which windows are down, damage to the vehicles. And what that does is it gives us an idea of topside what to do as far as recoveries and stuff.
Right. All the windows are up.
Right, right.
Once we all realized the amount of time that Jacob was underwater, we knew in our hearts what he had found. The Kia Rio that once displayed plate number FZZ7075 belonging to Stephanie. As he surfaced, he announced that it was a Kia, bluish in color with damage to the right front end.
What color was the car? Silver and bluish?
Yes.
It's a Kia. I can't get the emblem off. I can't get the license plate off. I can't find the license plate that's upside down. The viz is not very good. You can't hardly make out anything. But I made out it was a Kia on that back emblem on the back of the trunk. I'm gonna tell you without a doubt, I want a second verification. You know, I mean, you can't see nothing down there.
Let me put a tank on and I'll go back down with you.
You want the car? Need to verify before I call?
Yes,
It's upside
yes.
down?
Let me put another tank on and we'll both go back down and just do as much as we can so we know.
I agree with
So
you.
we know. At this point.
At this
Yes.
point,
Yeah. Good job.
Without plates available, Jacob asked for a second diver to verify his findings, and this only confirmed it was the vehicle to the best of their knowledge. With the family hearing for the first time in 4 years where their loved one was at, there were tears of anguish and relief.
Doug down there right now still?
He's doing a thorough search on it. I wanted to verify that I seen what I seen, and I came back up. He's doing the thorough search, making sure everything, good hook points and stuff like that. I want to give a special thank you to each and every one of you. What you're doing for these families is amazing, and keep it up. You know, just support, watch, share. More so, show love to these families that are missing their lost loved ones. Jared started a beautiful thing, and I'm glad I could continue to do this and help out. So thank you. And thank you, Eric, for what you do. But listen, I'm proud of you for what you did the other day on a lot of this stuff that you're doing. You're doing an excellent job.
Law enforcement was called, and the scene was immediately secured, allowing no one in or out. The Waco emergency dive team arrived on scene and spent time with Doug and Jacob to acclimate themselves with the situation at hand and the best way to secure it for optimal recovery.
Around, marry it, twist lock, that doesn't come off, there's no slipping. Slack is out and you're tight. We'll want to slowly edge up the front end.
Also with these hooks, these are spring loaded, push. They'll either come open either which way, okay? So there's a locking mechanism that won't let it come back out. So make sure that you guys know how to do that, because you're not gonna be able to see under there. Guys searching for Stephanie. We have Adventures with Purpose here. He has been an amazing person. You've done a lot. And I just wanna say thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Do you want to only be in this scene? Just you?
No, eventually you're going to see Adventures with Purpose. It really has become an entire movement, and you're going to see less of me as this entire movement continues to grow, because it's not just about Jared, it's not just about Jacob, it's about all those that see the entire movement of what ChaosDivers is doing, of what Adventures with Purpose is doing, and how to interact with law enforcement. You know, it's not just a, hey, come in, you know, name and badge number, I'm here, this is my scene, I found this person. That's not what it's about. It's about how can you work properly with law enforcement. We located it, you know. Go out there if you're anywhere across the U.S. and you hear about a missing person, you have the ability to do sonar work and you identify, but you're not a diver, get a hold of your local dive shop, you know, and get a hold of divers that say, hey, I found something and there's missing persons here. I've already reached out to law enforcement as well and see if they'll dive on the vehicle, but if they won't, then go to the dive shop. Have them dive on the vehicle. Is this the vehicle that you're looking for? And that's
Absolutely.
what we want to continue to do. We want to continue to spread awareness of how to, you know,
How to do this.
There's hundreds, thousands of cases across the entire U.S. of people that are missing underwater.
And with the equipment that we use, it is very feasible for any fisherman, anyone, to get access to this equipment. So if you're out there and you guys are fishermen, please check the waters. And if you see something, definitely get a hold of law enforcement, and or if you can't find anybody else to do it, get a hold of us so we can go out there and make sure that there's not a lost loved one in there.
Well, and especially near the boat ramps, this is what we want to continue to push out there to the fishermen, is that a lot of times they have their favorite spots that they're getting in the water at the boat ramps, they're heading up half a mile, 5 miles, wherever. Start dropping your sonar in at the boat ramps, because how many have we found within 50 to 75 feet of the boat ramp that Stephanie could have been found 4 years earlier from almost any fisherman if he would just put his sonar in the water right here. So we want to continue to spread awareness, you know, to the fishing community to start doing that.
The law enforcement here has been exceptional. Say the dive team's getting ready to dive on it, and hopefully we can bring her home. So
For sure. Thanks, Jacob.
thank you again. Thank you, Doug. You did an excellent job on your diving.
Thanks to Lindsay and Eric. Thanks, guys.
So definitely check out Doug Bishop, Ventures with Purpose, and Eric, come here. Eric is Ride or Dive. He is my partner. He has helped me out a lot. If it wasn't for Eric and Lindsay, I personally would not be here, because they've helped me out a tremendous amount and they mean a lot to me. So please check out Eric at Ride or Dive, and I'll leave the link in the description for all these guys. So thank you so much.
Once the tow company, Tow King, arrived on scene, the divers went to work hooking up the small car that contained huge answers for the family. As the vehicle began to break the surface, the wind picked up rapidly and it began to rain, almost as if something greater was at work. The car was picked up and laid onto the flatbed tow truck, pulled alongside of the 65-ton truck, wasting the vehicle. Once the Kia was placed down gently, the forensics team began to work diligently to secure the scene and were able to discern that there were remains in the vehicle. DNA testing is required to confirm Stephanie has been brought home. Once again, we want to thank everyone involved and all of you.
All right, guys, it's been a long, hard day. I'm glad that we were able to bring closure to this family. Stephanie Torres. 4 years and 2 months. It's a long time to not know where your mother is. Oh, we don't have confirmation yet, but there is remains in the vehicle. And with that being said, guys, keep pushing in life. A lot of people don't realize that if you keep pushing in life, good things will happen. Somebody out there loves you, and if you don't think they do, I love you, we love you, and I just appreciate your support. So keep diving, it's not worth it to stop. And to the family of Stephanie, I'm sorry. I'm glad we can bring your mother and your lost loved one home. Lindsay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Thanks, guys.